Hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? Can you hear
Good
me?
morning, sir. Audible.
Yeah. So where we stopped in the last session? Anyone tried that create a React router application? Anyone tried? So let me run the application. npm run dev is the command. npm run dev is the command. Here, whenever you created an application using the create React router command, the way of handling the routing is something different. How we can handle? See, they given like there has a routes.js file. In the routes.js file, you have to write all the routes related config, routes related stuff or not. So if the route is like empty, default one, default one, I have to if the route is like about if the route is like service if the route is like home okay like this you have to mention or not. That's all. So and one more thing is what as like next I don't want to write my business logic in this particular about.js default in this particular routes file. I don't want to write it. I don't want to write it now. I want to write my business logic and everything inside. Okay, this is my app related stuff now. Okay, inside this app only, just I'm going to create like okay one of the one of the folder like a components. In that folder I'm going to write it. For example, here I'm going to write like a components folder. Inside this I want to write like my all components. How many components are required as per your requirement? I need like a header component. The next one is like I need like a footer component. The next one is like I need a menu component. The next one is like I want to header footer menu home component is required. Okay, header footer menu home component. The next one is like what? Come on, about component is required as per my routes. About home services. Default is nothing but home only. Okay, the next one is like services component is required. Services. Now, if you want to create a component, I created a folder. The component structure is like same. If it is like a JavaScript one, about.jsx. If you want to write some module CSS, about.module.css. If you want to export the file, you can use like a index.js. Now, how we can create about component? React arrow functional component. This is my about component. About component. Now, if you want to apply some CSS, okay, now you can write the class. Okay, my color is like red, for example. This class, how we can use it? Import styles from where? From where? About.module.about.module.css or not. Now once it is done, can I write my class? Okay, my class name equals to, what is my class name? Come on, styles dot, what is that? Styles dot about is the one, right? Done. I want to export it. So how we can export? Come on, import about. Okay, if you want to export and import without default within the same statement, you can import and then you can export like this. Done. Now this about component I want to use in the routes. So in the routes section, about is there now. Now I want to delete everything. I want to get my about component from which folder? Components folder, about folder. If you write, if you not mention any file, what is the default file? Index.js file or not? Now as per routes, they are expecting about component is like a export default component, so that you can write like export default. What is that? The about is the one. Export default, the about is the one. Okay now, so can I write the next one? Can I write the next one? What is the next one? Footer. Okay, it is not related to route. Okay, it is actual common component, right? Okay, common for all, common for all. So here can I write some files? What is my file? Photo.jsx. The next one is like what? Photo.module.css. The next one is like what? Index.js. Index.js. Yes or no? Now what do you have to do? Come on, photo.jsx. Can I create a component? React arrow functional component. Okay. In my folder, what kind of CSS you want, just you can write it. Okay. Copyrights belongs to me. Something like this you can write. Now the CSS, what is my class? Photo is the class. And how we can apply that module CSS? Import styles from where? From my footer.module.css or not. How we can add that CSS? My class name equals to styles.footer is the one. Done. Can we export it? Import footer. Okay, now can I do export? Okay, na? Everyone. So this footer where you want me to use? Can anyone guess? This footer where you want me to use? Can anyone guess? On this footer where you want me to use?
Default.
In my okay, routes.jsx. Now see, this is the children is nothing but routing related component. After the children, I want my footer component or not. I want a footer component. Done, ah? The next one is what? Header component. Okay, same. My header.jsx. Next, my index.js. Next, my header.module.css. Done. My header.jsx. How to create the component? React arrow functional component. My header module.css. I need one okay class. And the module.css. You should have to start with class. After that, you can add whatever the selector you can use it. Selectors, you know, na? Greater than or plus tilde, and the child, yeah. Okay, first child, first of type like this. Anything you can use it. My header.jsx. Okay, here my class name equals to what is that class name? What is the class name? You have to get the
Style
styles.
dot fine.
Styles from where? Header dot
Header
module.
dot model dot CSS.
This is the way of importing header module CSS. Whatever the content is there, that content you can import it. Now here my styles dot header, my styles dot header. Done. Now can we export it? Import header. Now can we import and export within the same statement? How we can do it? We can do like this or not. Okay, na? Now once it is done, where you have to add in the routes dot root dot jsx. Okay, here can I add like my header? I add like my header. Done. Okay, header and footer is done. The next one is like a menu. Menu.jsx. The next one is like index.js. The next one is like menu.module.css. The menu.jsx react.arrow functional component, and then go to menu module.css dot menu, and then menu.jsx import that, import styles from where? Come on, menu dot module dot css helper should come. I don't know. The next step, my class name is like styles dot what is that? Menu. Styles dot menu. Can we export it? How we can export? How we can export? Import menu. Okay, export and import within the same statement without default. This is the one. So the next one is like in the which folder? The routes dot root.jsx, not root.jsx header. Okay, menu is the one. It's the one. Done. So can we check it? Okay, localhost 3000 or something different. It's not the 3000 one, nah. 5173. 5173. Yes. Okay, header is there, menu is there. Okay, right. Okay, rights belongs to me, and home. Nothing is there, right? So can we write that home? Can we write the home component? So how we can write it? My home.jsx next. My home.module.css next. Index.js. This is the convention, naming convention and the structure you can follow wherever. React arrow functional component. This is my home component. Yeah, I
We
want.
use home.js directly.
Okay, my color is like red. Home.jsx. How we can import it? How we can import it? Import styles from where? Home.module.css. Home.module.css. Can I apply the style? My class name is like styles.home. Now tell me, okay, in the index.js, import home, import home from where? Within the same folder, na? Can we export it? Yes. This home component, where you want me to use? This home component, where you want me to use? In the route section for the default and home. For the default and home. For my default, already home is there. Okay, for my home.jsx, you have to use what? Home, na? Okay, can I delete it? How we can? Import home from where? From the components. You have to export it. Export default to home. Now, in the default.jsx, I want to do the same thing. Import home from where? From my components home. Now here, export default to home or not. Done. Home component is common for both. Now, if I refresh the page, now see my home component is visible or not. My home component is visible or not. Yes or no? Now, if you go to the component section, if you go to the home, in the home.module.css, can I give like some font size? Can I give some font size, font family, no, font size, okay, 100 pixel. Now see that. Can I refresh? Now see, how does it like? Working or not? So no. Okay, what is the next step? Can anyone? What is the next step? Hmm? The next component services, no? Can I do services? Services.jsx. Next. Come on. Index.js. Next. Services.module.css. Services.js. React arrow functional component. services. The next one is what? Module. Import styles from where? Services. Services. What is the next one? Module.css. Now here, my class name, equals to, what is that? Styles dot, class name equals to styles dot services. Done. Where you want me to export? I have to export, right? Import services. How we can export it in the same line? Export like this or okay, na? What is the next step? What is the next step? Can anyone guess? The services.jsx. I don't want this. Import services. You have to export with the default or without default. They're expecting with the default from this file with the default like Next.js. Done. Now, if you come here, okay, home is working. Okay, default home is working. About is working. Service is also working or service is also working or not. Now you can do header, menu, and footer. So these are all inside the root.jsx. Okay, now see the app.css is there now. It is common for app level CSS. If you want to write, you can use this one. See how we can import one CSS. See module.css, how we can import to styles like that. If it is like normal CSS, how we can import to direct path, you can use it or not. So in the app.css, to my body, I don't want any margin. Okay, so the margin is like 0 to my body. Okay, now you can see the body margin should remove. Okay, now the next one is like header related, right? Okay, this is my header module. Just you can write header related. Okay, my text align is like center. Okay, how much font size you want? Font size is like 50 pixel. Okay, just I want like a padding. Okay, 10 pixel, 0 pixel. The next one is like background color is like any color you can use it. Now this is the one. Now can I refresh? Okay. Now the header is
Sir, I have a question.
yeah,
While doing any changes, you are refreshing the page, right, to get the changes.
yeah.
But in Next.js, when you did the changes in,
Live reload is happen, but it takes some time. See this page reload happening, right?
yeah,
But it
yeah,
takes some time.
okay,
Okay, my create what's that? My create React router, right? Router app. Okay, now say this reloading is happening, right?
yeah,
But in my browser, okay, it's supposed to be reload, but it should. Okay, you can try. Now the next one is what? Menu, na? So can you write the menu.js6? What do you want in the menu? What in the React router DOM? Do we have any kind of link or something like this? Okay, React router link is there in the React router also. Can I use that one? React router. Do we have the link, right? Okay, see in the package.json React router component is there, library is there or not there? See this React router library is there now. Yes or no? I can take the link. Now can you go here? Where is my menu.jsx? Okay, here I need like a home. Uh, my path is like what? Href equals to, for example, home. Is it going to work or not? You have to check it. Total how many are required? Total how many are required? About is there. The next one is like what? services is there. The next one is like about. The next one is like services. Done. Now, if I go here, okay, home, okay, the next one is like about. Can I click on about? Can I click on the service? Okay, not working. Right? So, can I put something like this? Yeah, can I refresh? Now, if I click on the home, no. Okay, first of all, how it is like, looks like, can you check it? Anchor only, services there. Why services there? Oh, it's like services only. Now it's working, right? Home, about to contact. If I click on the about. If I click on the home. If I click on the services or not. So can we design that? Tell me to my menu what kind of all the items I want in the right side. Text line is like right. Okay, the next one. I need some line height. Line height. How much you want? 30 pixel. You can take it. The next one, I need some background color. Background color is like okay, any color you can take it. Any color you can take it. After that, you can use the color panel. You can change it based on your requirement. Okay. Now all are come to right side now. All are come to the right side like this. Okay. Now for all the menu items, I want to apply some CSS. So in the menu, okay, how many anchors are there? I want to apply some CSS. For this anchor, my color is like white. I want to make it like important. Why? Because by default, anchor has their own CSS color. The next one is like one menu item to another menu item. I need some gap. Margin right is like 15 pixel. The next one is like letter spacing. I want to take like 5 pixel. You can give the font size if you want. You can give it. Otherwise, it looks like this. Okay. Now, if I click on the about, you are in the about. If I click on the service, you can click on the home. Now, rights belongs to me. This is like a footer. Now let's go to the footer. Okay, footer module.css. Just you can apply some CSS here. I want, okay, my background color is like yellow. It's like yellow. The next one is like text align is like center. I want it's always in the bottom so that I want to go with the position is like a fixed and okay, whenever position is like fixed, it's like turned to be inline so that I want to make it like the width is like 100% and what do you want? Okay, I think that's enough. Can I refresh the page? Okay, bottom you have to make it like zero na? Bottom is like zero so that if you come here the bottom is like zero or not. Okay, now if you refresh the page by default it's like in the home. Now if I click on the about, you are in the about. If I click on the service, you are in the service. Okay, if I click on the home, you are in the home. My simple routing related application completed or not. Here in the service component, or based on your requirement, which content you want me to place, you can place it. In the home, which content you want me to place, about which content you want me to place, you can place it or not. Agreed everyone. So for good, up to here, okay. React router. Create React router. Okay, shall we move to the next application? So tomorrow we have the workshop, right? So you can ready with your application. You can ready with your application. You can create the application. Once that application is ready, okay. Now if you see the content, see create React application. Okay, you have to create the React application. I don't want to discuss. You have to create. Already one application is there. That application, I want to deploy it. Whenever you deploy it, for example, if you take this one, if I share this URL with you, are you able to open in your machine? Okay, I'm sharing. Can you check? Are you able to open or not? Are you able to open this?
No.
No, right? Why? Because it is running in my local machine. Okay, in the development mode, it is running in my local machine. In the local machine, in this particular port number, in this particular service 5173. In this particular port number, it is like what? It is like running or not. This is in my local machine. But once my application is development is completed, you want me to run in the local or you want me to run in the cloud, can be accessed by in the world or not? Yes or not? You have to run in the cloud. For example, if I share this particular URL, VDS, okay, this one, anyone in this world can access or not? Yes or no? This particular URL, you know that one, anyone access in this world or not? So what is the difference between this one and this one? Means this is in the development mode and this one is like deployed in the production in the cloud server or not. So our discussion is about tomorrow's discussion is what? Once you created a React application, how to deploy in the GoDaddy or AWS S3, Azure, these are the cloud service providers to deploy your application. Okay, via Jenkins, this is like one of the CI/CD tool. By using this Jenkins tool, how we can deploy to GoDaddy, AWS S3, and Azure. So once you deployed this application, okay, now you can see this one, okay, in my machine only, right? Okay, tomorrow you can see this application anywhere in this world. Tomorrow you can see this application anywhere in this world. Got my point? Agree, everyone? Super good. So the next application is okay. Wait, or some different application is na folder. The next one is like Marna. My native application is there, right? It is like mobile application related. We'll discuss that one. The next one is like my first React, my app. Okay, these are the applications. One of the application you created by using create React app. One application you created like by using white command. Let's go with the white command. Now, if you observe here in the package.json, now see here what dependencies are required. Okay, if you observe here, React is there, React DOM is there, okay, and web vitals is like a create React app command, I guess. Create React app, not white. Now, if you go with the next one, my app, okay, create React app is like deprecated command. Now, if you go to the package.json, now see React to React DOM. Okay, this is my white command. By using this one, you created this application or not? Yes, sir. So how to run this application? How to run this application?
npm rundev.
So yes, npm run dev, right? This is the command we have or not in the development. So how we can run it? Npm run dev is the command. Whenever you run, why it is not recognized? Why he said like why it is not recognized? See, you mentioned the dependencies in the package.json. Those dependencies are like downloaded or not downloaded?
Not downloaded.
Not downloaded, right? How you can download the mentioned libraries in your application?
npm install.
npm install or not. Whenever you run the npm install command, it reads the package.json, and whatever the dev dependencies and dependencies you mentioned the libraries, those are downloaded and placed inside the node modules folder and generated one log file to lock your versions of your libraries or not. Yes or no? So what is the command you want me to run? Npm install is the command. So it's take some time. So don't miss tomorrow's session. Okay, can you do one thing from your end? For tomorrow's session, in your mission, just install the Jenkins software. Okay, Jenkins is the open source software. Just you can download and install it in your mission. And if it is okay, if it's possible, create an account in the AWS. It's a free account, and Azure also free account. If you have your debit card details, you can give the debit card details. GoDaddy is not, I don't think, okay, having the free account, but I have the GoDaddy account. I'll show so that at least you can create AWS and Azure accounts. Okay, and install the Jenkins software and install the Git software. Git already, I hope, installed or session we completed like Git discussion. So, is my application is running? Okay, yes, npm install is done, right? So can we run npm run dev is the command. Now this application also running 5173. Did you observe create react router also completed? Okay, the basics will completed using white only. Okay, here also white only. Okay, that is basic skeleton create react router. Okay, they given like a specific routing related configuration, but here no configuration, nothing, you have to do it. Now localhost 5173, if you run it, now my white plus react. So now say this, my react application you can see or not. Yes or no? Now here also same kind of application I want to develop. Here the same kind of application I want to develop. So this application tomorrow in our session, okay, which session, okay, in our mm, workshop session, I'm going to develop the same application, white application only. Okay, I want like a home, about to contact, like this I want to develop, just I want to place it. For that purpose, I'm going to use like one of the external library. I want to use it. That library name is like a react router dom is the library. The library name is like what? React router dom. If you want to handle routing, we are going to use like a react router dom. Okay, now if you observe this one, you know, three files, package.json, you know, package log, you know, and node modules also, you know. Okay, now it's like a single page application. We not yet discussed the what is server side rendering, what is client side rendering, what is single page application. So don't think about that one. I will discuss. Now, if you come to the public, in the public, all the files, okay, images we are going to place in the source, just we are going to place like what? In the source, just we are going to place like what? We are going to place our content. Yes or no? Okay, in my app.jsx, whatever you have, this is the root file, whatever we have, that is only visible to the end user or not. So just I want to delete everything from here in the app.jsx. Okay, I deleted. Now you can written already there one div. Okay, hello, this is only my root one. Now if you come here, now see my hello rendered or not? My hello render. Now the CSS what he has, I don't want that. Just you can delete it. Just you can delete it. My index.css what he has, that one also you can delete it. My main.jsx. Okay, this is my root file. In the main.jsx, which component is loaded? App component. The app is like a root component. Now you can place all your stuff. Now see, you know that. Okay, create root is the method in the React DOM, document.getElement by ID, render, all these things you already know or not. Yes or no? The structure already you aware of it. Now in the app.jsx, I want to put like header component, footer component, below component, and home about to contact. Like this, I want to place it. Got my point? Okay, how we can place, we'll see in tomorrow's session. If you want to try, just give it a try. Okay, how you created this application? How you created this application? How you created this application? And create white is the command. Create white is the command.
Sir, Instead of using index.js in each folder, we can write a directly JS file and can we import that?
Which one you are talking about?
Uh, uh, I'm talking about the header and footer. In each folder, you have created index.js, right?
Yes, yes.
Instead of creating number of index.js in every folder,
Mm.
we can directly write a JS file, suppose like footer.js,
Yeah, yeah, we
and we
can write.
can,
But my goal is like I don't want to expose that particular one. In the footer, multiple files are there. I don't want to give like multiple export names. So I want to give like through only one file. That the reason I just written. You can write any number of files, no problem. Why? Because whenever you minified, okay, everything like in a single one or two files only or not. Whenever you
yeah, okay.
okay, I need like clean separation. I need like a clean separation. That's the reason we written.
Okay.
Okay. So tomorrow's session, okay, you don't miss. React Router DOM is the library. We are going to use this application only. This application only we are going to deploy it as part of our workshop session. Got my point? Any questions? Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.